Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome to our next Tuesday Tips Cut the Gibberish. Happy that you're here with me today. If you are joining me live, please do say hello and let me know where you're coming in from. I would love to hear that. So, this is our mindset training that we do every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So, I hope you'll add that to your calendar and make plans to join us every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Today, we're talking about communications and sales. But before I dive into that, share with me a little bit what you did over the weekend. For me, I had some work I had to complete on Saturday that I didn't finish last week. I actually got to spend some time with my daughter before she went back to college. We went to a movie Saturday evening, which was lots of fun. And then Sunday, I was feeling a little under the weather. So I rested for the most of the day on Sunday. And then on Monday, I actually had to take some time off and go move her back into her dorm at college. So very, very busy weekend. So again, share with me in the comments what you did over the weekend. I would love to hear that. So today, again, we're talking about communication and sales. Today's world is all about content. You have to create and publish tons of content or you can't get ahead. Or so they say, right? Yes, content is critical to keeping you top of mind. You've also got to be tactful in your communication. When someone hears from you, which could be anything from seeing a post on social media to an email to an actual phone call, how do they feel? Let me say that again. When someone hears from you or reads your or sees your content, and it could come in the form of your social media posts, an email you send them, or maybe you actually pick up the phone and call them on the phone. Yes, that still works. I know that's not the norm much more these days, but yes, picking up the phone and calling someone still works. So how are you making them feel when you do any of those things? Right? Are they like, great, it's her again, as they hit ignore or they exit to find out what you're reaching out for? Come from a place of being a friend and you'll get more replies. What can you share with them that will make their day better? Maybe it's a book that you know that they'll find great value from. Maybe it's a podcast that they might like or that has helpful information that could be useful for them, right? Maybe it's a simple check-in to see how they are doing. Sometimes people just need to hear from us and say, hey, how are you doing? Let's catch up. Let's have a conversation and catch up. What's going on in your world? Let me share with you what's going on in my world. That type of thing. And sometimes I know life is busy. I get it. You're a business owner, so you're busy running your business, but your personal life is also busy, right? I just shared what I did over the weekend. I tried to slow down a little bit over the weekend and spend some valuable time with my daughter because this was her last weekend of her holiday break before she had to go back to school on Monday. So I slowed down over the weekend, paused, spent time with my daughter, went to the movies with my daughter, and then Sunday I rested. So yes, sometimes that's beneficial as well, and that's just something we need to take the time to do. I know it's not the norm maybe for a lot of us, just because we're all used to being so busy, whether it's running our business or running our households or, maybe doing the carpool, whatever that looks like for you. Because all of us are in different places, right? But sometimes you just need to slow down. Right? So sometimes a simple check-in to see how someone is doing can go a very long way as well. Yes, they're in your network. Yes, you watch them or follow them or whatever on the social channels or their YouTube channel or, whatever. But how often do you just send them a text or an email saying, "How are you doing today?" I got an email like that just yesterday. I did check my emails. I wasn't in my office yesterday, but I did check my emails because I was busy moving my daughter back into her dorm. But I did check emails, and I got one like that. Someone just wanting to chat and catch up and see how things are going for myself, and I would love to hear the same for them. Right? So we're going to talk later this week. Yeah. And that's a time and a place. There's always a time and a place to ask for the sale, of course, if you know that person is possibly a potential client or a good fit to work with you for XYZ, whatever it is you do or offer. However, every single time you speak with them you don't ask for a sale. Okay? But like I said, there's a time and a place to ask for the sale, but it's not every communication, every time you speak to them. Right? So that's valuable information right there. Just how you're putting yourself out there, how you're communicating with those in your world. They may be in your network, they may follow you on all your socials. They make comments, maybe even on what you're posting out there on social media. And that's wonderful. You definitely want to respond back to them because that's part of the communication too. But at the same time, are you reaching out and checking on them periodically? That's something that's food for thought, right? Definitely food for thought. Text message, email message, actual phone call, pick up the phone and dial their phone number and call them and talk to them, or direct mail. Send them a card in the mail just saying, "Thinking of you. Would love to catch up sometime soon." Something as simple as that is all you need to say. "I was thinking of you. Hope all is going well. Let's set up a time to catch up soon." Right? It's very simple. It really is. So, like I said, communication and sales, yes, they go hand in hand, but they also can be different. So you need to determine when they actually are supposed to go hand in hand. Like, yes, you're going to ask for the sale during this specific conversation, or no, this is not the time to ask for a sale. I am just catching up with them, or I'm just making a comment on this wonderful post they made, right? Whatever it may be. So make sure you're thinking about that before you sending communication out. And if you do create a social media post and put it out there for your audience, make sure the communication in your social media post is informative or supportive and valuable, etc. All those things. So if you want to have a conversation to dive a little deeper into this, I'll be happy to speak with you outside of this video. Put that in the comments. Just say, "Let's talk." I'll be happy to talk with you and talk about this more for you. But I also want to invite you to join the Relationship Communications Facebook group if you're not already a member, and share with you that we do a once a month networking event. Okay, our next networking mixer is January 28th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope you'll add this to your calendar. Make plans to join us. If you're not on my email newsletter list and would like to be added, put that in the comments as well. Add me to the newsletter. Okay? Because you get a lot of information about these mixers, and there's links in there to where you can join the mixers, etc. But also that is also posted in the Facebook group as well. the Relationship Communications Facebook group. Okay. So either place, you'll be able to find the information to join those networking events. Also, I would like to invite you to the Networking Method Launchpad to go from nothing to networking. It actually starts tomorrow, January 14th at 2 p.m. Eastern. It will be part one of this 3-day free event. It is free to attend. However, you do have to sign up to attend because it takes place in a private Facebook group. So if you don't sign up to participate, you will not be invited to that private Facebook group where the event actually is taking place. Okay. There's all kinds of stuff involved. There's homework, there's a workbook, there's bonuses, all kinds of things, prizes, all kinds of things that are involved in this 3-day training. So if that's maybe a goal for you that you have set for yourself for this new year, to start networking or maybe do more networking, then I highly encourage you to come to this event and learn some tips and tricks around networking that could be beneficial for you as you start your networking path. I've been networking for a very long time, so I've learned a lot of different things, the do's, the don'ts, and everything in between. So please come join us tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern for part one of the Networking Method Launchpad. Again, if you have any questions about anything that I have shared today, please reach out and let's have a conversation. I hope everyone has a great week, and I'll see you again soon.